Good evening, ghosts and ghouls. It's the one, the only JT Ripper, and I'm here with
Todd of Thunder.
And you're tuning into a special edition of the Horrorble Conversation, where this week right now we don't have no news to really report, so we're gonna do something a little bit different. We're gonna go over some Google rankings.
Yeah, we got the Google rankings for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We've done these in the past, but first time for Chainsaw.
Yeah, we're kind of like as we put out our reviews of movies or our rankings, we're gonna go back and then compare them to the Google rankings. So,
yeah, this should be fun. Let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 movies.
Yeah, it's definitely a hit or miss franchise.
Well, I guess we won't waste any time. We'll get to. I'm going to do the latest movie on up to first.
Okay, sounds good to me.
So we get to 2020, which is Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the one from Netflix.
Is it 2020 or 2022? I thought it came out this year.
Yeah, it's 2022. My bad.
Okay.
They were not nice to this movie.
Really?
They gave it 1.5 stars.
Fuck's wrong with them?
I don't know.
It's the only fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre that actually had a massacre scene.
Yeah.
And it was good, too.
I enjoyed it. When we did our countdown,
it's pretty high.
I was pretty favorable of it.
Yeah, I thought it was a solid Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
Yeah, I think 3 stars is a good ranking out of 5.
Yeah. Yeah, three solid stars.
Yeah, well,
if we was doing our ranking, I would give it higher. I would probably give it like 6.5.
Yeah, I'd give it like a 7. Of course, we go to 10, so 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
The next movie is from 2017, and it's Leatherface, and they give this movie 3 stars.
What? I don't know about that.
I don't know about that either. I'd give it 2 at max.
Yeah, I was thinking 1.5, 2.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
at best.
Yeah, it's one of those movies you'll forget about. You'll be like, oh yeah, that movie does exist. Yeah.
So the next movie we got on the list is Texas Chainsaw 3D from 2013. They gave this movie 3 stars.
2.5.
I think it's fair, 2.5.
That's what I give it on their rating.
Then we have 2006, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Beginning. They gave it 3.5 stars.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is actually one of my favorite ones on here, so I would actually give it 4 stars.
4.5.
Yeah, that's fair. Then we get to the remake, which is 2003. They give it 4 stars.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's pretty much on par with the beginning, the one we just talked about.
Yeah, I give that one a 4.5 too.
Then we get to Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation.
Oh, the best one of the whole fucking franchise.
Right.
Yeah.
They gave this 2 stars.
Half. I give it half a star.
Yeah.
The only redeeming quality about this movie is Matthew McConaughey.
Yep. I mean, we've said that over and over again. If you happen to watch this movie, you will notice that he is the only thing that stands out that is remotely entertaining about this film.
Yeah. Definitely made Leatherface look like a teetotal bitch in this movie. Said that before too, but I think if you haven't watched this movie, watch it at least one time just to see Matthew McConaughey's performance, because he is really fucking good in this movie. Like, I legitimately believe he's fucking batshit bananas.
Yeah, he plays the role really well. Then we have...
Maybe he's not acting.
Well, he's just a great actor, I believe.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Then we got 1990 Leatherface, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. They gave that 3 stars. I would actually give it maybe 2.
I was thinking 2, 2.5. 2. Definitely 2 for that one.
Then we get to 1986, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. They gave it 3.5 stars.
I would give that one 4, 4.5. Maybe 4. 4. I give it 4 because I think the remake and the beginning's better than that one.
Yeah.
So I gave them 4.5, so that one gets a 4.
Yeah. I think 3.5 is fair. 4, personal reasons probably for me. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, really, Bill Moseley is why I give it a 4.5. I mean 4, because of his character alone in that movie.
Yeah. Well, I really like Dennis Hopper.
Yeah, Dennis Hopper's fucking amazing in it too.
And without further ado, we have 1974, the original Tobe Hooper classic, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They gave this 4.5 stars, which is pretty fair. On a personal note, it's beyond 5 stars to me.
Oh yeah, it's a 10. It's a 10. It's a fucking 10.
Every bit of it. I kind of zoomed past the other ones because, I mean, if there's one to talk about, the first one is we should spend more time talking about, because that is leaps and bounds better than
any of them,
all of them put together. So, yeah, 4.5 is fair for
them,
the mainstream audience.
Yeah, no, it's by their rankings a 5.
Yeah, even if we were doing our 1 through 10, this is like 10.
10. 10. Absolutely.
There's certain movies that we hold high on a pedestal.
That's one of them.
For one way or another. And yeah, this is definitely one of them. Always has been, always will be. We had a chance to meet Gunnar Hansen.
Yeah.
Like way back in 2004, 2005-ish.
Yeah, he was actually the very first horror icon or a horror celebrity that we actually got to meet, and it was by a fucking fluke, too.
Yeah, it was by a fluke. Got out of school one day and found out that he was going to be in the Greensboro Mall. Yeah. And
it was like a Spirit of Halloween store before it was a Spirit of Halloween around.
Yeah, I think they were, Spirit of Halloween was, going to be opening in the mall. And I believe it was the first time, because when we were kids, I'd never heard of fucking Spirit Halloween.
Yeah, no.
So I think it was kind of one of the first ones down in our area.
Back in my day.
So they wanted to have somebody to bring in a crowd. Yeah. And so they got, Gunnar Hansen.
Yeah.
Which, at the time, I'd always seen, conventions wasn't as big as they are now.
No.
And if you did hear about them or whatever, they were always in California, Texas.
Yeah, big
places like that.
Because we're not from a big place at all.
They never come around here. Yeah, they never come around here at all.
No.
And now, there's...
Well, they didn't back then, but now they come around now.
Yeah. Now there's 3 or 4 that come around here annually.
Yeah, you've got Scares That Cures.
That's in Williamsburg, Virginia.
Mad Monster Expo.
Yep, that's in Concord, North Carolina.
And then Mad Monster.
Yeah, it's the same thing. They have Mad Monster Party, and then they have Mad Monster Party. Expo. They're put on by the same people, but, kind of different parts of the year.
Yeah, we used to get Days of the Dead. But...
Yeah, we used to have Days of the Dead that come down here in Charlotte. Yeah. But they stopped after 2019, basically after the pandemic. They refused. They still go to Arizona and
Texas.
Let's see here, Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And places like that.
Big places, Atlanta, Texas,
yeah,
Tennessee.
Indianapolis,
Yep.
but they won't come back, which is crazy to me because the two times that I went 2018 and 2019.
Yeah.
So, and when I went, the fucking crowd was as big as you could, see at any other convention.
Right.
And, I met some pretty cool people, but that's okay because Mad Monster gets just as good guests. Scares at Kier get good guests. And every once in a while, you'll get one or two guests come to the Myers house that you can go down in, I believe that's in, Hillsboro, North Carolina?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's normally around Halloween when he does something like that.
Yeah, and there's also some that we've never went to that they do around here as well. We went to one this year that
Tiny TerrorCon?
Yeah, it was Tiny TerrorCon, and that's where we met Tyler Main, and we met Ari Lehman.
Yeah.
And
Peppers?
Yeah, the girl that plays Pepper in American Horror Story
was there.
Yeah, so they pop up around
other
here.
Ones too.
Yeah.
But it was when it said tiny, it meant tiny. It wasn't very big at all. But I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was very close. Not too much stuff going on, not too overcrowded.
That's I really enjoyed it because, it was, you get to narrow it down. A lot of times with these horror cons, you really have to narrow it down.
Yes, because it costs money to go to these things, people.
Yeah. You have to pay to get in, plus you have to pay for the autograph and the selfie or the picture or whatever with the celebrity. So
yeah, and you're starting off at least at 40. 40 is like bottom, like low, all the way up to I think Robert Englund's 200.
Is 100. Well, I mean,
it's 100 for an autograph.
Yeah, it's 100 for an autograph.
But if you want the picture and autograph, you're looking at 200.
Yeah, well, he doesn't do selfies or anything like that. He does the professional photo op, which I
understand why he does that.
Yeah,
because
it saves time.
If he did just the selfie and the autograph, he would be there all weekend, like 12 hours, 13 hours.
Yeah.
But most of everybody is pretty reasonable. I mean, I haven't met anybody that I was like, well, I take that back. Billy Zane was too much.
Yeah,
I hate to throw shade, but Billy Zane was too much. And this was kind of during COVID. This was kind of towards the end of COVID. He wanted $100, I think, for a picture and a selfie, but he wouldn't shake your hand. He didn't want to autograph your picture, and he made you stand 6 feet away from him with a mask. And it was like some kind of prop or like cutout in between you two. And to me, that's not worth the money.
No, it's not worth the money. If you're going to, if you're that afraid to meet people, then you shouldn't do these conventions. It's bullshit.
Meanwhile, while we met
Tom Atkins.
So we go up to Tom Atkins, and this guy is a fucking stud. Like, he is just the nicest guy. So we get our autographs and everything, and he tells Todd to take off that fucking mask.
Yeah, he actually told me, he was like, take off that thing. If you're going to take a picture with me, take off that thing. And I did, and
and I respect that because I mean, you don't want to take a picture with the fucking mask on. I mean, and
thank goodness that now nobody is like that now.
Yeah.
There might be some that still might wear a mask, but when you go to take a picture with them, they at least have enough decency to take their mask off.
Yeah.
So.
Well, looping back around, so when we met Gunnar Hansen, he was actually the first one we ever got to meet. I got 2 autographs that day. I got the original poster, which I still have to this day framed. And then I got a DVD of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre autographed. But he pointed out on the poster that, he has the girl hung up on the hook and he has a chainsaw.
Mm-hmm.
He said that wasn't the original poster. He said the original poster actually had him with a butcher knife,
Yeah.
and he said that the censor people said that was too violent, but a chainsaw was okay.
The only thing I can think of is maybe the knife had blood dripping from it or something. But
a goddamn chainsaw less violent?
Well, I was gonna say you have a woman hanging from a hook, so does that really matter?
Censorship. I don't understand it.
If you look at the poster, you can see that the chainsaw is upside down.
Yeah, he pointed that out too.
Like he's holding on to nothing.
Yeah. So a little fun fact that we get to tell people our little story with him. He was nothing but a sweetheart. He was very nice to us. He was just a class act, willing to talk to anybody. Unfortunately, we didn't take a picture.
Well, this was back when camera phones did not really exist.
Because we're old.
And if they did, it was the really crappy flip phone photos that wouldn't have been worth
held
shit.
Up.
Yeah. So, and at the time, we didn't just walk around with disposable cameras.
Yeah, and I didn't even think about it until years later.
Yeah. But we have the autographs and we have the memories. So, that's all that counts.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
And I'm sure we'll do a future episode where we go through all of the conventions that we've been through and all of the celebrities that we've met.
Yeah.
That'll be a fun episode. But
and if anybody that's listening to this ever gets a chance to check out these expos, do it.
Oh yeah,
you will meet some of the nicest people in the world.
If you've ever thought about going, but something has kept you from doing it, mainly it's finding people to go with. That tends to be more fun when you find people to go with.
You ain't got nobody to go with? Hit us up.
Yeah, and we'll
go together. We'll run a fucking bus.
Yeah,
we'll pack in there like sardines.
Yeah, we plan on going to the next Mad Monster in February.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's
because I got to meet Robert Englund because this fucker's already went and met him.
Yeah, I've already met Robert Englund.
Yeah.
I stood in line for almost 6 hours, and the hype is real. What they say, the long lines and everything, that's real. He's also the most expensive. He is. I only got the autograph, and you could take a picture of him at his table signing your autograph, and that's what I did. But like you said, if you want that professional photo op, it's like an extra $150. So you're going to pay about $250 if you want that autograph and professional photo op.
Right. So, check them out because you got people that sell custom shirts, stickers, DVDs, Blu-rays, posters, like you name it. Anything horror related, you will find at these conventions, and
it's like
you will have a blast.
It's like
I promise.
A flea market full of nothing but horror stuff.
Yes, horror goodies for days.
A lot of places that just do online stuff will set up here, so you'll find items that you can't find in stores anywhere. So
or stuff that's like discontinued. And it's not just horror stuff too. Like you'll find like wrestling stuff, sci-fi stuff.
Yeah, you'll find comic books,
anything pop culture related.
Yeah, you'll find superhero stuff. Anything like that. It's all kind of like there in this little bubble of everything put together.
Yeah, so it's fun. Check it out, definitely. Well, we want to thank you for tuning into this special edition of A Horrorble Conversation. We appreciate you taking the time to listen to two knuckleheads.
Absolutely.
Well, take us out, buddy.
Well, I'm the Todd of Thunder, and I say toodaloo.
This is JT Ripper, and I have a podcast with a fucking idiot. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my right time gal.